1 minute you're on top, mission on, watch it drop, making your heart stop, just before you hit the floor. 1 minute you're on top, mission on, missed your shot, making your heart stop. You think you won, and then it's all gone, 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 now it's all gone. Let's hear it for the devil, who was a third month of broken, developed in the arms of fight. I'm all fucked up and I'll make it look good. Adrenaline inside tonight. I'm all
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second ever FCW podcast. After 4 years, we are back and we are doing a podcast on the Slaughter brand. I am your host, Sonic Man, and our very first special guest, he is the Superior Legend. He is your Superior All-Stars champion, coming off his very controversial win at Revenge. We have KJ.
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm here in the flesh. I am here still. Your All-Stars champion. It's great to be here.
Yeah, so I think we should address the elephant in the room. What the actual fuck was that ending? Why did Shawn Rush decide to pick you up on Black History Month? He looked you dead in your face and said, "Here, master, you can go pin him," and walk away. That is crazy to me in my brain. That is crazy.
He didn't say master. He said Superior Legend. You know, I don't look.
To me, that might as well be the same thing. I feel like that might as well be the same thing.
It's not the same thing. See, you're trying to start this controversy already. That's not what we're gonna do. All right. Well, what happened is he saw the vision. He sees the vision that has to be played out, not just on Slaughter, but on Fight Night. See, I have a vision to take over all of FCW, like I did when FCW first came back, and he's smart enough to know the vision and to follow through with the plan. Unfortunately, Jayden Sparks was there wrong time, wrong place, wrong time. Who cares? Get that bum out of there. You know, he got pinned by me. He almost got killed by, I don't know how he almost got killed. That has nothing to do with me. But Shawn Rush had to do what he had to do to make sure his Superior Legend stayed on top and make sure the vision goes as planned.
You know, you look at it as vision. You know, I think other people that are watching this looks at that as glazing. But I will say this: there has been some new evidence regarding the initial shooting last month in regards to Jayden Sparks, and the odds are kind of leaning towards Shawn Rush. You know, apparently from Jayden Sparks' lawyers, they are now saying that Shawn Rush was the person behind that car and that gun. So that's going to be very interesting to see what happens to your bestie, Shawn Rush, in this courtroom. But moving on with that, you know, with the entire show, we had, you know, an amazing match between our president of the United States of America, Tony Plank. He had gotten his ass beat the entire fight, and it really looked like we were gonna have to deal with a new era of a president. But Tony Plank, he fought back. He felt the energy of that crowd, and he came in clutch to retain his title as President of the United States. What's your reaction towards Tony Plank winning that match?
No, I'm just proud of him. That's my father. Of course, I'm proud of him. I mean, he's an opportunist. He knows when to take that opportunity against that dumb indie guy. You know, me personally, I went down to the indies for a little bit, and that's when I scouted Mario Dio. He's a very good talent, but he's very stupid as well. And he just didn't have enough to get the job done that night because my father is the president of the United States and he will always be the president of the United States. As for his dumbass, bipolar ass vice president Lucio, he needs to stop getting bent over by his wife Kenzie and stop trying to get bent over by Mr. WrestleMania, which is another guy. But that's another story for another day. It's a lot of wish Diego would have won that match, but I'll get onto that later. Yeah, Mari's just a very stupid guy. Honestly, he's very dumb. His team is dumb. He's just stupid.
That's that's very very interesting take you have on our new United States champion. I'd say another thing that I'd hear that I've heard of going back to the Tony match is apparently there is he took an injury to his spine and that he can't really move like that right now. But they're saying he might need to have surgery. But I'm gonna have to look into that. Tony took a devastating power slam on that barricade. You just heard that scream, and just the crowd just worried about him. But he did come in clutch with the end of the match. But yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely know he's okay. His back is obviously hurting because he's an old man, been in this industry for so long. But he'll be fine. He'll get over it.
Yeah, and we've had a fair amount of controversy. What's your response to Caleb Bennett as he seemingly calls you out? Him just saying that your victory over him was just a lucky day on your end, and he was just off that day. But he says that next time you two step in the ring, he's taking your championship. What are your thoughts on that?
KJ claims he's the best champ here, but receives back shots from his quote-unquote stepson mid-match. Man, that's gotta be humiliating. Oh, and this is also superior. It doesn't matter how many barriers I have to knock down. Even if it's a 7-foot-tall delusional dumbass that has an interest longer than The Undertaker just to get his ass in the ring and get washed like dirty laundry. And I don't give a damn if I have to go through the whole damn locker room, including that bum that has to risk prison to have a little weight knocked off for such a weak and unremarkable title reign. The way I washed you up, you are so lucky I lost focus. And it's crazy you call me a wannabe when you walk around in the clothes I made you. So being honest here, if you're rocking my style, who's the real wannabe?
Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I didn't listen to anything he had to say. I didn't pay attention to him at all that day. But it's interesting that you said that. This is my first time actually hearing about him saying all this stuff because I don't pay attention to my wannabes, if I'm being honest. I don't pay attention to people that want to be like me. I don't pay attention to people that are just that just give off desperation, that just reek off of desperation, and they just want this opportunity to be at the top because they're trying to prove themselves to their leader, Zion Prince, or to their daddy, Beast Bennett. I mean, honestly, I personally think Zion Prince is his daddy because, he gets bitched by him a lot, but that's just my opinion. I'm not worried about I'm not worried about him at all. I've never been worried about him. He always tried to come for what's mine, and he always loses. So it's nothing new. I mean, he could say he was beating me the whole match, and he almost got it. But that's just his whole career. He always comes so close, but yet so far to prove himself to be the top guy. But he could just keep on sucking Zion Prince's dick, honestly, and go over there. Maybe he has a better chance on fight night. Maybe we can get something arranged for that because he definitely shouldn't be on my brand, the superior brand, Slaughter.
Hey, that's again, that's some crazy harsh words for Caleb Bennett, and he himself says that he is looking forward to, scratching and clawing his way back into that All Stars championship picture. And he's looking to start that as he is in a contenders match with a special opponent on Slaughter coming up. But, we had, him talking all that shit towards you.
Opponent?
You will have to see once Slaughter gets on air very shortly in the next coming days.
I don't think you know how this works. It doesn't work like that. This is my Slaughter is my show. You know that, right? So you might be the owner of Slaughter, but I own Slaughter. That's my show. So whatever happens on my show, you tell me what happens on my show. So who I will ask
Right.
you again, who is the opponent?
Who is your? Well, you know what? Before I get to that, I'm gonna say this. In regards to your All Stars championship, there is someone there's another person who's actually gunning for your championship, and that person is Joshua Prince. As he likes to call it, he is the real All Stars champion, and he is looking to take your belt at Mountaintop. How do you feel about that?
Um, I mean, he just lost to Devin Quinn. I'm not worried about any of the Princes, any of the Daniels. I don't even think he's affiliated with the Daniels anymore because Rissa finally left him because she found out he was a bum. But that's another story. That's not my business to spread. That's up to their shitty ass marriage and relationship. But as far as him trying to come for my championship, I honestly could care less. I mean, he's a prince. I'm not worried about a prince. They're all washed up, all in the past, all just trying to hang on to the little bit of fame they have left. And Joshua Prince is just Zion Prince's lackey, just like Caleb Bennett. Honestly, I see a pattern here now talking about it. Caleb Bennett trying to come for me, trying to prove something to Zion Prince because he wants to be in a Blitz squad. He always sucked his dick, and then obviously Joshua Prince trying to prove something to his brother. It's very embarrassing, and it's very embarrassing that you're trying to prove something to a nobody. It's embarrassing. Make a name for yourself. Try to make a name for yourself. I mean, Caleb Bennett. Honestly, I'm very disappointed in him because he's a Bennett, and I thought Bennett's would stand on business and stand on what they said and put belts to asses like they always say. But they haven't been doing shit. Caleb Bennett trying to come for me. That's very stupid of him, especially trying to get on a card for Mountaintop. He's just trying to get some sort of fame because we all know he can't get fame anywhere else. But that's another conversation.
hmm That's
That's just my opinion. Joshua
it's
Prince.
interesting that you bring that up, as you said that Caleb Bennett wants to please Blitz Squad and wants to join himself into Blitz Squad. And it's just interesting because he is also a part of FTO. And
Nope.
as you heard in the headlines, FTO and Blitz Squad got into a fight after their match at Revenge, after FTO retained their tag titles. And it seems that FTO they're trying to gun for those tag titles again, like Blitz Squad claiming that they never lost those tag team that gold in FCW. And FTO is just calling Zion Prince just a washed SoundCloud rapper, and Zion Prince saying that but they were fans of his music. How are you feeling about that?
Honestly, I think Bliss Squad just loves to hold replica championships, and it's very stupid to me. Zion Prince walking around with the replica world championship and then trying to say it's a unification match. No, and you're just stupid and delusional. As well as for his team, unfortunately, his team has to deal with his delusional ass. So they have to go and be yes man for him just to make him happy because we know if anyone says no to him, it'll just be dick riding in his eyes. So I think Bliss Squad versus FTO would be a good match. It'll be very interesting to me also because we know Caleb likes to dick ride Zion Prince. So it's going to be interesting to see what side he picks, especially if he doesn't pick Zion's side. He's gonna make his daddy upset. And I'm not talking about his biological father, Beast Bennett. I'm talking about his daddy that he sucks his dick a lot, Zion Prince. It's gonna make him very upset. So I want to see what he's gonna do. He should honestly be focused on that instead of focus on me. That's just a lot on your plate, honestly, especially for a short ass midget trying to be just like CD.
Yeah, that's Caleb, as you said in that promo, nothing's gonna stop him from getting that All Stars championship. And like as it seemed looking at the rest of the show, like everyone really made a statement on revenge. With Lucio becoming United States champion, Kenzie Ronaldo winning the women's championship in that grueling triple threat match, and then one person that wasn't really so lucky was Shawn Rush. Going back to him for a little bit, because he also had another match on the show. He kicked off the show. He did all that work with Reese Black. Beat him up. He did all that, but then he got spine busted one time and got concussed and got knocked out. And the referee was like, "Yeah, that's it, bro." So, I think with that little incident that you guys had at the main event, honestly, when he first picked you up, I thought it was his CTE kicking in. I genuinely thought like Shawn Russ was maybe confused as far as like how to win the match. Maybe he thought the match was elimination. I don't know what happened in his brain, but as you said, he saw the vision, and you also saw the vision. I don't know what that means, but we'll get to the bottom of that in the future, heading in the mountaintop. And another thing,
Of course.
it's very interesting that you mentioned, Christian Daniels. I'm just very curious in regards to what happened to you guys. You guys used to be so close together. You guys used to be best friends. Like, what's your whatever happened with you and CD? This seemingly this competitive, rivalry, both within the ratings and in matches, showcasing who is the best champion in FCW.
Um, Honestly, me and CD were very very close in the past. We're very we were very close in the past, but I saw that he was letting them the championships and the fame and the women get to him. All he cared about was the women, and he was just trying to sleep with anyone. At first, he was trying to sleep with Candace Charms in the past. Then and then another person named Mercedes. Uh, then I think another one named Tabby. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly who, because he was just trying to get his fame up by fucking these women, which is very sad. But I saw that, and I saw he's letting this fame get to his head, and I just didn't want any part of that. I already knew what he was gonna do. He was probably gonna backstab me, and try to paint me as a bad guy, which he did later on. He did paint me as a bad guy. So I mean, I play the bad guy role, but in all reality, I'm the hero of this story. I am the hero in this situation when it comes to me and him. I'm trying to save him from all this fame and trying to save him from all this manipulation he had going on with his uncle Lucifer. They like to pay me as a manipulator, but I'm not at all a manipulator. And I'm just a good guy in this situation, just trying to help him out. That's why I had to do what I had to do in another company. And I mean, hell, now he's on vacation. He should be thanking me for his little vacation. Now, honestly, I know you're not gonna want to hear this, so you might as well put on some earmuffs. But he might take a vacation. He might have to vacate that FCW World Championship. I mean,
Oh,
that's the rumor going on around, and obviously you know the rumor, and I found out the rumor, so I'm gonna tell everybody because I don't give a damn. He's probably gonna take a break and relinquish that championship, and it'll most likely go to my bro Chacho Cole Carpenter. But I mean, I'm sending him on a little vacation from now. Maybe he doesn't come back. Maybe he does. I don't give a damn. All I know is that everything what he said was true that one day in the story. I don't know if you saw it, but it said people were preying on my downfall that were close to me, and honestly, he's right. He's 100% right. I was praying for his downfall, and I was praying for this, and it happened. It simply happened, and honestly, he's gonna see me do everything he couldn't, just like I said he wasn't gonna do. He tried to main event the main years, just like I was starting to do, and he thought he could do what I do, but better. But he's just, in all reality, he's just a tag team bitch. My opinion, though. Obviously, this podcast
that's
is gonna get a lot of hate because his dick rider's gonna come in. Um, most of his fans are going to be mad. Most of his families are probably going to come in my DMs, threaten me. You know, his mom, his abusive mother's probably going to try to come and attack me. His father's going to probably try to come and take everything away from me, Cam Hardy. But honestly, I don't give a damn. Y'all could all come for me. Y'all could all try to fight me. Y'all could try to do anything you want. At the end of the day, y'all all know I'm telling the truth, and y'all are just protecting him from the truth. And I'm just a harsh reality that he needs. So, like I said, I'm the hero of the story. But I'm not going to talk about him any longer. He can go enjoy his vacation. Bye-bye, bitch. Don't ever come back.
Wow, that's a lot of shocking news that I had no idea that was what CD was going through and throughout his journey as a superstar within multiple companies. I had no idea. That's really insane. And another thing that, like, just to kind of piggyback on some other things that you said that he was saying about you, that people were painting you as this like manipulating narcissist just to try to like make sure you stay at the top, and that you tend to like stab people in the back and do whatever it took to hold your place as number one, and also turning your back on people that supposedly gave you a helping hand, people like Jackson Knight, people like Zion Prince, as some people
Whoa,
like to
whoa,
say.
whoa, whoa. That's
Because according to him in that promo he said about you, he said you steal his moves.
right. Well, let's address that, right? Let's address that. I might be talking for a while about this because it's a podcast. I'm not just gonna go out to the ring and talk 10 minutes straight just yapping. I mean, obviously there's a podcast, so this is the appropriate time to do that type of thing. Take some notes, Zion. I know you're fucking stupid because all that weed you smoke, but it's time you sit down and take some notes from your superior champion. Okay, so now. Let me get into this thing. Honestly, you might not know this, but all of his moves that he's famous for, it wasn't originated by him. Oh wow, that's a shocker. I mean, he probably told everybody that he did that, but I mean, let's do it. The hot shot. The hot shot was like a variation of a wheelbarrow stunner. You know where he got that from? He didn't learn that by himself. He got that from a guy named Kira. And then we go on to the jumping knee strike 3, which honestly, he didn't get that from anyone but me. That I started that. I started that revolution of that jumping knee strike 3. He just wasn't around when I was using it, or he wasn't paying attention, and he's trying to manipulate all these people to think he started that move. He didn't start that. He got that from me. He just doesn't want to admit it. But obviously he forgets because all that weed he smokes. What's another move he said? Rocket what's
The
that move
rocket
called that
kick,
he calls
the
it? The
showstopper.
showstopper. The showstopper. There you go. That forgettable ass move. The superior shot. You know, every time I say that, he's like, "Oh, that's a stupid name." But I didn't originate from that. I didn't get that move from him. I did get it from somebody, but I got that from Devin Quinn. Devin Quinn, excuse me. The Columbus catastrophe. That's where he got it from. And he just doesn't want to give credit where credit is due, but he got that from Devin Quinn. What else? What else? Oh, what about the mousetrap? Oh, the mousetrap. He got that from Devin Quinn as well. But he named it differently just so they could say that he made it first. No. He's not original at all. That's hypocritical. I'm tired of dealing with this hypocrite. I'm tired of dealing with hypocrites in general. It's very tiring and sickening, and he's too old for all that. I mean, we see that he's balding already. Just go home. Go home, watch me be the top guy. He can't stand that I'm the top guy now. He couldn't stand that in the past. He knew I was going to become the top guy, so he would do anything in his power to make sure I wasn't the top guy. But how did that work now? Revenge about to hit 1K, maybe even surpass that whenever this comes out and whenever this airs. But
Yeah,
but but what's the highest that he's gotten? What's the highest the views that he's gotten? Go look at the
that would
stats.
be Yeah, Revenge. With Revenge, that was a new peak in the channel status of FCW. That was the biggest peak in channel views of all time, with over 579 views in just a single day, and with majority of that coming from Revenge within those first 24 hours. And like FCW, it's taken an upward in trajectory. It seems, as we continue to have shows without Zion Prince, it seems, because the Slaughter brand has always been the A, not even the A, the S tier brand, and it's looking to be like that now more than ever.
Exactly. It is a superior brand. I said that before the draft even begun. Wherever I land, it would be the superior brand. People didn't pay attention. People thought he was going to bring in the views. He just can't stand that I am the one carrying professional wrestling on my back. Maybe he carried it for a year. I've been carrying it for 2 years, about to be 3 years. And I will keep carrying it until I don't want to carry it any longer. So Zion Prince, they don't. FCW doesn't need Zion Prince. Zion Prince needs FCW, and that's where he keeps switching the narrative to think that people need him, but in reality, he needs the companies, and it's the opposite for me. A lot of companies need me. A lot of companies don't. But it's a very, you can't deny that I bring star power to that show wherever I go. And I mean, yeah, he might have said those same words, so I know he's probably gonna clip this and say, "Oh, well, I said the same thing in the past." Sure, you said it in the past. Whatever. Now I'm doing it. I'm not trying to do what you do. I'm not gonna be hypocritical and let all this fame get to my head. I know my place. I know my place at the top. I know my place at the head of the table, And that's not no stealing, that's not no nothing, it's just reality.
Yeah, that is nothing but but it's straight facts. It's just been interesting how FCW has gone ever since its departure for a few years. And Zion Prince saying in the past, when FCW did have that break, and stating that when it came back, it would just go back to this indie period, saying that we would never see the light of being a mainstream company ever again. But now, in real time, it's like we're seeing that our shows are now bigger than ever without him, and it's just insane to see that. Like, he's always said that FCW needs Zion Prince, but it's always been the opposite of that, and I've always known that from the beginning, and that truth is getting displayed out to everyone here in real time, as we now have not one but two shows now at 1K in less than a year, overtaking Zion Prince's biggest show, Touchdown, 3 years ago. That's at, I think, around 870 something views.
Exactly.
And it's been interesting because before we got on this, before we went live, KJ, you had mentioned something to me. You kept being, I guess, suspicious in regards to why Zion Prince came back to FCW, why I decided to let his rotting existence be signed back to my company. And regarding Zion Prince, he's a very old Zion Prince was a very hot-headed, very very hot-headed, arrogant, and just in his own brain in regards to, I run this shit. I bring the views. You all come here to see me. And I feel like to a degree I built that up so much in that 1 year that he was with FCW. And then when it all came to an end, it was like when FCW went down, it was like his stature, it began to crumble in real time. He was trying to do those concerts in BGE, I heard.
try like a nut. No, we not playing while make up these clubs. I hit it and run off your bitch to a hub. Yeah.
And I heard he scared the viewers away. He then went on to go on this little tirade of being the world champion in OT3. And then it just wasn't hitting the same. You know, he was losing matches left and right. And things just, you know, outside of him being a guy like BK here and there, things just weren't going his way. But, you know, as everyone, as, you know, some people remember 2 years ago, I came back and basically destroyed everything about him and took his title in real time. And, you know, Zion Prince, he just hasn't been the same ever since. You know, he went to go coping with his now girl, Serena Rivera. And now he's, you know, he's trying to still claim that he's the best, but he's now getting bitched 10-0 in Ironman matches. I believe last year you beat him 10-0 in an Ironman match, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I believe the score was a little different, but it was still very I still, you know, I blew him out of the waters with that. I believe the score was 9-2, but nonetheless, only 2 points. I mean, that's very pathetic. You know, he makes up a lot of excuses on why he lost that match in another company. He can make all the excuses he wants. So that's just how he is. He's always gonna be delusional and say he's a top guy and he's a main event guy and he's gonna keep main eventing without a title. I could do the same thing. I've been doing the same thing. When he was gone, when he went on his little break, I've been doing the same thing in other companies. I don't need the championships either. That doesn't prove nothing to me. It just proves that you can't win a champion. You couldn't even keep the championship. It's not about winning the titles. It's about keeping the titles. It's not about, yeah, you won the title. Congratulations. Now, how long can you keep it? Can you tell everybody right here, right now, how long I have been All-Stars champion?
You have been All-Stars champion. I believe for the last 7 months.
7 months. 7 months. And then I remember when FCW came back, the FCW World title was vacated. The same thing happened with the All-Stars champion. But, I mean, I kind of expect the same thing from Joshua Prince. He's probably going to be like, oh, well, I'm still champion and you're not really the champion, blah, blah, blah. No, bitch, that's not how it works. They're just trying to make themselves feel better because they need that imaginary title. If you truly didn't need that championship, you would say, okay, I lost it. I don't have it no more. But guess what? I'm still the guy. But no, he had to be delusional and say, no, I'm still the champion. No, I'm still the champion. No, I'm still the FCW World Champion. No, that's not how it works. You're just trying to be delusional because you know deep down you need that championship. Now, Joshua hasn't said that, but I'm sure he's going to say that sooner than later because they're both delusional dumb fucks. So obviously, he's going to copy whatever Zion does, and Zion's going to copy whatever Joshua does. It's just a pattern. It's just an endless pattern, and it's stupid.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then on top of that, you know, just him getting bitched around in countless 1v1s from not just you, but several people. And then I heard he got old Yellered out of BGE because he was just like crying to them about things. And then he was going on this little tirade when the OT3 being like, oh, I just want people to get along. Like, why does everybody hate me? Why is everyone saying I'm doing this and that? Like, he's this, you know, he is this. I look at Zion Prince as a heel asking for sympathy. You know, we are looking at two different people. You know, there was the show off that everyone remembers, that world champion. And then there's Zion Prince. Those are two different people. See, Zion Prince... Not Zion Prince. The show-off died a very long time ago. Zion Prince is what people look at as a watered-down, washed version of what he once was. And, you know, from him seeing how FCW was doing in the ratings, you know, he got in his little feelings and blocked me. And then he continued to go on this little tirade of just constantly taking more L's, you know, one after another. And then it got to a point where we finally got to talk for the first time in years, and for the first time, I just looked at him and I just felt sorry for his career and everything that happened to him, the way he kind of just died after his run in FCW. And then as we continue to move things along and get ready to bring back FCW, Joshua Prince at the very last second decided to have him drafted. And I said, you know what? As long as he is not on my brand, I do not care, because my vision is this is his last chance to prove people wrong. And he failed. He could have proved me wrong. He could have proved you wrong and been like, you know, he could have, for his Fight Night show, he could have brought in the views. Same with Touchdown, just showcasing that he is still that guy and that he is still at the top, and showcasing that he is the real champion. But none of that happened, did it? And I'm sure you were very satisfied seeing him lose to Christian Daniels.
Yeah. I was. If I'm being truly honest, I don't really care much about this man. This man thinks I care about him so much that I always have his name in my mouth. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak some more truth here, because a lot of people are gonna be mad about this, but I didn't have his name in my mouth 24/7 like all these other people do. You know, all these other people, all they say, oh, Huncho this, Huncho that, Zion Prince this, Zion Prince that. They were mad at him to the point they said his legal name. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at this. I don't care for this guy. I don't care enough to say, oh well, I'm mad at him because of this. I don't care for him. I really don't. Yeah, I said some things about him. That's because I know what I'm doing. I'm the puppet master. He's my little puppet. I'm pulling the strings how I please. You know, I'm doing exactly what I want him to do. In reality, I don't I don't care for him that much. He's not worth my time. I'm not going to waste my time on someone that isn't worth my time. And he just isn't worth my time. He was never he was worth my time back then, back in 2021. Back in 2021, yeah. Yeah, you were worth my time. But you know what he did? He was like, oh, well, he's not worth my time. He's just going to be a mid-carder. And the same with Jackson Knight. Oh, well, he's going to be a mid-carder. Where am I at now, and where are they at now? They like to claim that they're a legend. Sure, you were a legend for a year. You had one good year. Congratulations. Congratulations, bitch. You had one good year. I'm having 3
Definitely.
good years. And it's going to keep going and going and going and going. And no one's going to stop me. Not CD, not CD's family, not Zion's family, not Lucia's family, not nobody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the Blades. I don't care if you're the Princes. I don't care if you're the Carpenters. I don't care if you're the West. I don't care if you're the Kazarians. It doesn't matter. No one is going to stop me. No one is going to stop what I'm doing right now. And by the way, that's no disrespect to the Khazarians. I respect the Khazarians a lot, but I mean, I'm just speaking the truth. No one is going to stop me, and that's simple. Simple as that. No one can stop me. No one will ever stop me. You know, he said the same thing. What happened? He got stopped in a year. In a year, he got stopped by you. He got stopped by you. You know, I'm
Oh
never
yeah,
gonna get stopped.
100%. Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna be stopped by nobody. Simple.
And one more thing to add, you know, with him losing his championship now and CD potentially taking his break, he's just like frustrated and just angry, just being like, because he still can't take a loss apparently. You know, he was vividly pissed off with the refs and everyone backstage after Fight Night went off air a couple of weeks ago, and now he's just going back at me, thinking that, oh, you know, because I know I'm not really active like that for real, he thinks that he can finally get his little victory against someone like me. And that's very adorable, because I've always bitched this man in the ring, and I don't know what this guy's deluded brain is thinking in regards to, oh, I'll dog walk you like I did BK. Yeah, newsflash, dumbass, I'm not BK. If anything, I shitted on you the same way I shitted on BK, and I will gladly do it again at Mountaintop if you really want that match so badly with me, because I'm the guy that you can never get a W against. But one thing that's just like very oh man, like I don't know how to put it. Like I feel like if I beat him at Mountaintop, I feel like that's just like for me, him trying to fight me again is just career suicide. Because no one will look at him in the light of being a main event talent ever again if he were to lose to me at Mountaintop
Listen,
twice in a row.
listen. Y'all do whatever the hell y'all gotta do. I don't care for that. I personally don't give a shit. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to disrespect BK in front of my face. That's what you're not going to do. See, Zion's been disrespecting him a lot. You've been disrespecting him a lot. Y'all aren't going to disrespect him in my face, okay? You might be laughing, but I would hate to slap the shit out of you right here, right now, okay? So I suggest you shut your mouth. Zion, I
Hey,
mean, obviously he's going to talk the shit. Honestly, he has bragging rights. I can't do nothing about it. He beat him. He beat him. Good, congratulations, you beat BK. Congratulations. But
yeah, it's
honestly,
crazy.
he got lucky in my opinion. He got lucky in my opinion. But he doesn't want to fight no one else. That's why he's going for you. And that's like no disrespect at all. If you take it disrespectful, well, that's on you. He's going for you because he thinks you're an easy target, like you said yourself. If you go for someone, if you think you're the top guy and you go for an easy target, then are you really the top guy? Wouldn't you want to go after Christian Daniels again? Wouldn't you want to go after somebody like Cole Carpenter again, a new top guy? Wouldn't you want to go after me? But no, he wants to go after the easy targets first. So that's what he has to do. He has to do what he has to do to try to keep that little career alive, just by a string, because we know it's about to die again soon. I mean, hell, it might as well already be pronounced as dead because no one gives a shit but him and his little yes man. Let's be honest. But yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, 100%. As far as Zion Prince, I'm not worried about that man. That's just another burial. But in regards to BK, it's interesting that you say that, as I know you weren't necessarily around back in the day, but a couple of years ago, me and BK, we've actually had our differences, and before Zion Prince got memed, BK, he was the very first victim that I used to meme back in the day, and that I was bullying for a little bit in O-Team. But we've grown past that now, and I know BK, he did fight very hard with his matchup against Zion Prince, but unfortunately, he just, he was almost there, but he just couldn't get the job done. But one thing that you interestingly said is that you said that you could beat me, and I don't know if you heard my promo from a while back. Like if I am provoked, I can easily work myself into winning any championship in FCW.
Yeah, any championship besides the All Star Championship. I
Any
know. Wait. Your superior
championship.
champion is talking. Okay, that's what you're not gonna do. Well, I understand you can win any championship, but I know you're a little old as well, so I know you forgot to say except the All Star Championship. But I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. But yeah,
Yeah, no. Like I said, KJ, if I wanted to, I can take the US Championship. I can take the World Championship, IC, Tag Team, and yes, KJ, even your All Stars Championship. But you know what? That's another story for another day. KJ, just reading from all your matches, and I do have to give you your props, because you have been holding this down for the last number of years, and I will admit that I was one of the people that wasn't really sure at that time like who you were, and you just grown to be one of the biggest superstars in call. So I'm definitely giving you your props to that. But just looking at how the way you fight, just your entire body language, like just everything about you, I've seen it all before. And I'll just say this, God forbid I somehow get the opportunity to fight you for that title. But that's another story, like I said, for another day.
Nah, you already speaking on the speak on it, bitch.
I already spoke on it. And you know, it could be
That's all you got
it
to
could be in the near
say.
future. It could be in the near future.
It's a lot of nothing to me.
It could be at maybe a mountaintop. Who knows? We'll see.
For me, whenever you want it to be. Hell, I don't give a shit. I'll beat you in your own company. I'm not Zion over here. I'm not everyone you ever seen. You think. You think. Yeah, that's what you think. That's what everyone thinks until they step in the ring with me. Ask all the people I beat in the last 2 years. I've been undefeated on pay-per-views for so long. I can't remember the last time I lost on a pay-per-view. Hell, I can't even remember the last time I got pinned in a one-on-one. I mean, I think that was, what, 2 years ago? Yeah, they all thought the same thing that you're thinking. Go ask them how that turned out. Go ask them.
Yeah, and I've been undefeated too in 1v1s for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Haven't lost.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Been Intercontinental Champion for the last 3 years. And honestly, I can get that Intercontinental title back whenever I feel like it. But you know, I wanna let someone else, you know, have that title for a bit. But in regards to that, you know, I said what I said. I can beat anyone I want whenever I feel like it. But I'll do that after I deal with Zion Prince. So I wish you the best of luck if you are champion after that, somewhere after that time frame.
Of course, I'll be champion forever. That's just a statement. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Caleb Bennett. I don't care if it's Joshua Prince. I don't care if it's Zion. I don't care if it's you. I don't care if it's CD. I don't care if it's anybody. I'll do. Everyone will have the same faith that everyone has had for the last 2 years. I don't care if Lucifer comes from the depths of hell and tries to come back. I don't give a shit who it is. I don't care if it's his children. I don't care if it's his
Didn't he
children's
body you
children.
in the last time you guys fought on FCW?
Yeah, and then you know what happened? I got my revenge on that. I got my revenge. He did. He did body me. I'll give you that. He did body me. But you know, wasn't he supposed to face you, and then you all of a sudden decided to get rid of the company? But I'm not gonna bring that up. Not today.
No, I think it was more so. I think it was more so like a 1v1, which he pulled out of. Actually, yeah, it was one of those situations. But that I had no control over. But yeah, it was cute that you tried to pull that off, though. But yeah, you know.
You tried to pull that off against me because he knows the record. I mean, he beat me in the past, sure. What's happening now? Oh, okay. Where is he at now? Where is he at now? He's in his own company trying to say that he's the longest reigning champion in his own company. I mean, anyone can do that. I mean, look at you. You did it.
Yeah, I did it for 3 years.
Yeah, you did it for
No
3
one's done
years.
that. No one's done that ever in CAW. No one will ever beat my reign.
I'm sure an owner
of
can
1,000
win their own
days.
championship and hold it for 3 years, but I digress.
Of course. I mean, I've been O-Team World Champion for the last 2 years. I don't own that company.
Right. I think you're, being delusional, like I said, but
No, I mean, like, I
championship
don't
was
see that
vacated.
being. No, there was no vacation. There was no vacation of a title. I've just been chilling with it, and people have just been scared to challenge me for my world championship.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll challenge you for that world championship, and we all know what'll happen.
Yeah. You know, I'll just super kick you with the CTE.
Focus on that. Do your damn job. First
You're
off, you
right.
can't be a
You're right.
commentator. You're not doing your job. Do your damn job.
Commentate? Wait, well, look, you know what? I'm gonna commentate on something right now. You know, I'm gonna commentate back on this case that you just barely scraped out of. You know, authorities are still looking in regards to who did what, but it's leading towards Shawn Rushford right now. But your name might get dragged back in. Who knows? We'll see.
My name shouldn't get dragged. I was cleared. Why the hell would I be cleared and then dragged back in? That's stupid.
Yeah, you know, they're saying that it was a mistrial, but you know, I'm not sure. I have to catch back up on that. But yeah, you know, guys, that wraps up our Slaughter podcast for this show. We look forward to seeing you all again. You know, this podcast is brought to you all by WWE 2K24. Make sure you all pre-order that, and or if not, if this show is out by the time the game's already out, make sure you guys buy that game.
Yeah, and remember, guys, don't be a bully, be a star.